Hello, Shining Lights. Welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie Green. I am an aromatherapist, a hypnotist, and also an intuitive. And what I do here on the channel is I help to guide you to spiritual and emotional insights so that you can really have a deep, lasting transformation. And I believe that we all need this kind of information, this spiritual insight, grounded here into the daily world, into our regular everyday lives. And one of the ways that I do this is by using essential oils. And we choose these intuitively here on the channel. And then we also get the intuitive guidance from the oracle cards. And then I will write you a self-hypnosis script that you can use with it throughout the week. And if you do this a couple of times a day, several times a day throughout the week, you should really start to see some changes happen within you. Okay, so let's get down to it. So for those of you who are not new here and you know how this works already, feel free to just take a look at the timestamps down below and you can go on to your reading. This reading is timeless, so I do put one out every week, but if you found this one on a different week, then just know that it is meant for you as well. All right, so let's see. Also, if you do not already have the journal, the journal that we're going to be filling in today and that you will use throughout the week, you can go get that on my website. It's linked down in the comments below. So again, those of you who are regulars, you can go ahead and skip ahead to the timestamps. For those of you who are new, I just want to explain a couple of basic things about how this is going to work. All right, so I'm going to be drawing oracle cards, tarot cards, and aromatherapy cards. And we're going to do this in a pick a card format. So I'm going to do 3 readings today. Then I'm going to bring these together into that quick daily ritual so that you can be using this with the self-hypnosis throughout the week, okay? All right, now, why are we using essential oils on this? We are using them because when we breathe them in, they affect the limbic system. And the limbic system is where memory and habit and emotion is stored. And that's pretty similar to how I would define the subconscious mind. So we can get a nearly instantaneous response in our subconscious mind by doing that. And we reinforce that with the self-hypnosis. All right, now speaking of oils, I highly recommend that you only use highly, highly pure, certified, highly tested oils. And for that reason, I'm only using doTERRA here. If you already have oils, that's great. If you don't, you can find a link to get oils down below as well. I split all the oils up into 2 groups, the basic oils that lots of people have and that are in starter kits already. And then I also include like a whole bunch more oils, like everything else that's in the doTERRA line for those of you who have a more extensive one. So either way, you'll get at least 1 oil with your reading today. Let's see. Also, if you do end up getting oils from me, then you get to be in my VIP club, and we have special perks for that as well. Okay. All right. Let me see. What else do I need to tell you? All right. So let's clear the air. So I do this with tea tree oil, also known as melaleuca. Sometimes I use a spray bottle for this, but can't find my spray bottle right now. So many ways to do things with oils. So I'm just inhaling that, and I'm just going to clear the energetic space. I'm going to clear the space that I'm working with the cards here as well. All right, and then I like to follow that with some frankincense. Frankincense is good for accessing the higher truths. We can tap this right on our 3rd eye. We can inhale it. We can put it over our heart. Guards our heart, and also helps us keep our intentions pure as we go forward here. All right, so as I said before, this is a general reading, so you're going to be picking 1, 2, or 3. I want you to just pick the first thing that comes to mind, and if you feel more than one, you're welcome to watch more than one reading as well. Just take in what resonates and let go of what doesn't, because as I'm speaking to you all generally, there may be a word I use that is just right for you and some that are not, or you may even intuitively know based on what I'm saying that there's a slightly different meaning for you. And that's perfect. Part of what I want to teach all of you here is to use your own intuition and to trust yourselves more and more. All right, so I'm going to be quiet for a moment just so you can take that moment to pick your 1, 2, or 3 pile. Okay. All right, for those of you who have chosen pile 1, let's go ahead and pull some cards here. All right, I'm going to start with some oil cards. So grab your journal and go ahead and write down a question if you don't have a question, it's fine to just ask for the wisdom of the cards. I'm going to try the right cards out here. That one doesn't belong here. Okay. All right, so starting with the basic cards, the basic oils. Okay. All right, speaking of tea tree, we have pulled tea tree here. All right, now let's get something out of the more extensive deck as well. Just focusing my attention on all of you shining lights who have chosen pile number 1. Tangerine. Okay, now before we dig into those, let's go ahead and pull a few other cards as well. So let's see, I think we might need a tarot card today. Ten of Cups. I'll show you these as we get a little bit further in as well. Let's pull an angel card. This is from Daily Guidance from Your Angels by Doreen Virtue. Law of Attraction. Fantastic. I'm seeing some connections here already. All right. I think also this is a deck that I made myself. I actually made it for hypnotists to learn how to use essential oils in their practices. But it's really great as well because it can help us surface issues and also processes. And the processes in hypnosis might show us where you could be blocked or where you need some clearing. So let's just see what we get here. Focus. All right, excellent. Okay, so let's get into these. So we are starting with tea tree. All right, so the meaning of tea tree oil is to clear the air. It's good for energetic protection. So you saw how I used it at the beginning. This is telling you as well that you need some energetic protection, that you just need to be able to clear your space. Maybe some other people are just a little in your space, bugging you a little bit, intentionally or not intentionally, but you may just find yourself being sucked dry a little bit. And I'm sure that many of you who have shown up on the channel are also empaths. And those of us who are empaths have to be very, very careful and cautious about this because we do very easily, subconsciously absorb other people's energy. And so this is just an oil to help you clear that. Now, tangerine is a very buoyant oil. So especially if you're feeling weighed down by those kinds of things, it can just really uplift you and bring that sense of joy back to you as well. All right, now for your tarot card, you have the 10 of Cups. So this is showing a period of like emotional completion and satisfaction. And there's a maturity to this card as well, that you have really created things or you are working to create things that bring that harmonious sense to your emotional life, especially pertaining to family. All right, now, also, I love how we have the law of attraction and focus here together, because this is really telling you that to create this situation where you are feeling that kind of emotional stability and satisfaction, you need to focus on what you are thinking about, because what you're thinking about is what you are going to bring forward. So, all right, so you're going to be writing in your oil section on your journal, the tea tree, my card says Melaleuca, they're the same oil, and tangerine. And then writing down in your cards, the 10 of Cups, law of attraction, and focus. All right, so let's write an affirmation or a self-hypnotic statement for you to use. So how about I manifest the emotional satisfaction I seek with focus. I manifest the emotional satisfaction I seek with focus. All right, now once you get that down, I'm going to walk you through this. So I want you to just close your eyes. This is a little bit of a hypnotic statement for you as well. It's a suggestion. So as we do this here together, it'll make it easier for you to do it on your own during the week. Like I said, at least twice a day, more if you are able to. All right, so you're going to be getting either your tea tree or your tangerine or both. Put a little bit on your hands. Breathing it in, and with your eyes closed, saying to yourself, let's see if I can remember exactly how I say it. I manifest the emotional satisfaction I desire with focus. I manifest the emotional satisfaction I desire with focus. All right, great. Now, I also propose that you write this on a small card or a Post-it note somewhere so that you can just keep it handy so that you can be seeing it all the time, or just fold up your journal and keep it with you with the oils so you can keep doing that throughout the day. All right, I hope that is helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. See you next week. All right, shining lights who have chosen pile number 2. I'm just clearing the air again here, clearing the cards. All right, so let us start with some oils cards. So we are starting from the basic set of oils here. See if I can get this all out here without dumping them on the floor. Most helpful. All right, so again, these are the starter kit oils. And we can get many, many good readings out of even just these basic oils because they cover so many aspects of our lives, emotional and otherwise. All right, so for those of you who chose pile 2, take a moment and think about a question. If you are not sure what to ask, it's perfectly fine to just ask for the wisdom of the cards. All right, and you may write that question down on your journal. Give you a moment while I start pulling some cards. All right, so in the space for your oils cards, the first one that I pulled for you is On Guard, also known as the Protective Blends. And then the Cellular Complex, also known as DDR Prime. Okay, wonderful. And let's see, what else would be good? I seem to be feeling like pulling from these hypnosis cards. This is actually a deck that I created several years back to train hypnotists about how to use essential oils in their sessions. And they're really helpful in these readings because they cover both issues that you might be working on or might need to bring to your awareness. And they also include hypnotic processes, like deep transformational hypnotic processes. And so we can sometimes see something about just something that you need to clear that might come out through the process. All right, we got worry on that one. Okay, so let's add a tarot card to this. All right, thinking about my shining lights. Who chose pile number 2? A couple that wanted to jump out there, but it wasn't clear which ones. So I'm going to keep shuffling. Okay, there we go. The Knight of Cups. I'm getting an indication that I'm not done pulling yet on the tarot cards yet. So Knight of Cups. Queen of Swords. Oh, this is interesting. 2 very, very different personalities showing up here. I think I'm going to need one more card here. All right, and the Sun. All right, let's see. I'm feeling Moonology for you. I have heard that there are several Moonology decks. This is the only one I have. This is by Yasmin Boland. Great deck, really love it. So we are just asking for more information for our shining lights who have chosen pile number 2. How about that one? Ooh, emotions are running high. Maybe the emotions of worry, for example. And let's see, what else would bring us just a little bit more clarity here? I think we're going to go with the mediumship training deck. So again, you can use all kinds of different things for oracle readings. This deck is meant to help you understand what kinds of mediumship tools to use to develop your skills. So, oops, there's a little booklet in there. Let's see what we get that might be helpful for you in using with self-hypnotic statement we're going to make for you. Ethical awareness. Interesting. Okay, so let's get into these. I think I'm starting to see some connections here. All right. So again, for your oils on your journal, you want to write down On Guard and DDR Prime. All right, so On Guard is an oil for protecting. It protects your body, and it also protects emotionally and spiritually. It protects you from other energies. And this is an immunity boosting blend, so it would strengthen and fortify you. So emotionally it could do that. And also it's an indication that maybe there's some other people that you may feel bugged by or even under attack. That could be a strong word, but maybe not. And also that the issue has to do with something that is sort of on a DNA level to you. So that's saying that it's something that you're carrying from long, long past. It could be from your childhood. It could be passed down through your family history. And it could even possibly go to past lives and things that basically you came onto the planet to heal and to deal with. But it's basically with you at a deep cellular level, certainly subconsciously, but really on that DNA level. All right, and we had the issue of worry here as well. And so maybe the issue that needs to be cleared is that you have a tendency to worry or to carry nervousness, those kinds of feelings, like where you just can't really feel settled or where you're always thinking of the worst possible thing. We do sometimes get this training in our family. And, you know, if it's a past life thing, that could be something negative that happened to you that you're still carrying that sense of worry, although maybe you're not really sure what it belongs to. All right, so tarot cards, we have the Knight of Cups. So this is someone who goes into battle with his heart, right? So he really completely has his heart on his sleeve. He's a very benevolent character, and he's also very stable and moves forward with care, but very emotionally. Then we also have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is also a mature figure, and she just cuts through the fluff. Like whatever it is, like very different from the emotional aspect here. She's like, I can just see through this. I see what's going on, and boom, boom, boom. That's what it is. So I'm wondering if you are one of these two cards, and I think you'll probably know if you are. And if you are, then the other one is probably another person involved in the situation. It's also possible that these are two people that are not you who are pertaining to the situation. Kind of thinking about the historical aspect, either in your own life, in your family history, or even in past life. So this could be your mother and your father. It could be the male and female aspects within yourself. It could be some drama that played out in a past life that is being carried forward in this. All right, now we have an outcome of the Sun, which is just a beautiful, incredibly positive card, which basically means that you have the ability to bring forward whatever it is that you most desire. What would be the most clear, straightforward, sunny outcome for yourself? So never anything to be upset about when you draw the Sun card, just an absolutely positive card. Now in Moonology, we got Supermoon, emotions are running high. So whatever it is here just feels so charged for you. And that is another reason to really rely on guard, because you need that energetic protection. All right, and ethical awareness. So you can see as well that there's something that needs to be guarded against. So this could be, if we consider our own psyches, this could be a shadow aspect. It could be a way that you maybe are not acting in the most, I feel like ethical is a strong word here, but maybe not in the most compassionate way to someone else, or maybe not seeing someone else's point of view. Maybe even in a sense taking advantage of someone because you're not seeing their point of view. So it could certainly also be a way that someone else is doing that to you. And again, that brings us back to the on guard blend again. Okay, so let's see. We have read everything here. I think I want to pull one more to maybe give us a little bit more insight on what we should use for the self-hypnosis here. So you can just catch up on your journal while I'm pulling a card here, and make sure that you get all the cards that I pulled in the card section. All right, so the self-hypnotic statement. When I connect to the spirit realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. Well, that's what we're all here for, right? So that's an affirmation for you about that. I don't feel that that's really what we're going to use for our self-hypnotic statement, although you are certainly welcome to use that if it feels right for you. All right, the next one I chose is I choose to be a super attractor and have unwavering faith in the universe. All right, I'm feeling that one a little more closely. So let's see. Let me jot this down so that when I walk you through the self-hypnosis, I can remember what I told you we were going to use. All right, so I'm thinking about everything that we have here. Now, we want to calm down those really high emotions here. All right, and okay, so we have faith in the universe. Just thinking out loud here. We have protection. We have clearing old worry. Okay. All right, so let's try this out. With faith in the universe, you can shorten that to with faith if you like. I clear old worry and create the sunny situation of my desires. The sunny, I think I'm going to go with situation of my desires. All right. With faith, I clear old worry and create the sunny life of my desires. Life, circumstance. With faith, I clear old worry and create the sunny life I desire. How about that? All right. With faith, I clear old worry and create the sunny life of my desires. Okay. All right. So hopefully you got that down. What you're going to do is you are going to grab your On Guard, and if you have it, the DDR Prime as well, and put it in your hands. Always many ways you can use oils, but we're getting right into the limbic system right there. So you're going to be inhaling them, one or both in your hands, while you are closing your eyes and saying to yourself, with faith, I clear old worry and create the sunny life of my desires. With faith, I clear old worry and create the sunny life of my desires. Okay, beautiful. Okay, I'm going to give you a few other ideas about oil usage here. So if you wanted to, you could also use one on the sole of one foot. This is the bottom of your foot. So On Guard, for example, on the left, and DDR Prime on the right. You're going to be doing exactly the same thing. As you're applying them, you're going to be saying to yourself, with faith, I clear old worry and create the sunny life I desire. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for watching. Shining Lights, you chose pile 2. I will see you next week. Be sure to do this at least twice a day until we see each other again. All right. Thank you. See you next week. All right, for those of you who chose pile number 3, hello, Shining Lights. And let's clear the air again. All right, oops. Again, I'm just using the tea tree oil just to clear the cards and the energetic space here. And sure, why not a little bit more frankincense? I can never get enough frankincense. Okay. All right, so grab your journal. Go ahead and write down a question. If you're not sure of the question, it is perfectly fine to just ask for the wisdom of the cards. Okay. All right, I am going to start with the basic oils, the starter kit oils. Thinking about Shining Lights, who chose pile number 3. All right, and the card that you got, the first oil, is past tense, also called the tension blend. All right, and then let's pull from the more extensive set of oils as well, for those of you who do have a more extensive collection. All right, and we got the encouraging blend, also known as Motivate. Both of those have peppermint in them, so we're getting a little bit of peppermint there. All right, we'll come back to the meanings of those in just a moment. I am feeling that we should pull from Daily Guidance from your angels. This is a Doreen Virtue deck. So again, in the spot for oils, write Motivate and past tense. Aha, we got a jumper right there. Life purpose. Ooh, deep. Okay, I might need another one on that. Oh, I think we're going to need a Starseed card too. Perfect timing. Happiness. Okay, yes, let's see. A Starseed card. Let's see what that life purpose is about. I'd love to hear from you if you actually asked a question about life purpose. And always I love to hear if these are resonating. All right. Another jumper here. You're not for everyone. I'm laughing because I pulled this card too. And you know, I think if you're going to run a unique channel like this that uses aromatherapy and hypnosis and oracle cards, you have to know you're not for everyone, right? But for those of you that I am for, it's really good, right? So we just have to be the truth of who we are. That's who I am. It's time to stop apologizing for that, right? Okay, let's see. I am also using today, I'm really feeling that we're all needing a card out of using essential oils and hypnosis. This is a deck I created myself several years ago to train hypnotists about using essential oils for deep hypnotic work. All right, it's perfect pairing for, I got 2 for you there. Pairing for hypnosis because of the work in the subconscious mind and the limbic system. All right, so the 2 that I got for you are the issues about addiction and weight loss. So maybe a food addiction is going on here. You might find that you are binging or something like that, okay? All right, what else? You know what, let's go with these and then see if we think we need another one. All right, so let's talk about the meaning of these oils. First of all, the tension blend is showing that sense of being just completely overwhelmed, burned out, just tired, probably frustrated, and like, oh God, I just really love to set these burdens down, but I really don't feel like I can. And then Motivate talks about that. Well, obviously it's the oil for motivation, but you can imagine with this pairing, that is showing that the burdens are making it really hard for you to want to get up and do anything, right? You're probably just feeling so overwhelmed that you're just like, why bother? Or do I have to? Do I really have to? All right, so Motivate can be a big help with that. I mentioned that peppermint is in both of those. Peppermint is the oil of the buoyant heart. And part of what that does, honestly, is to contain emotions. And I'm always careful for this in emotional work because we need to bring up our emotions in order to process and heal them. But sometimes we just need a little bit of containment because we just got to get on with some things for a moment, right? I never advise you to just stuff yourself and put it aside forever, but sometimes we have stuff to do and we got to put it aside for a little while. Okay, so I think we really need to talk about these cards about addictions and weight loss. So maybe you are just feeling like food is kind of the answer to help you deal with all this stress, right? Now, I'm always really careful. I don't like people to just try to control their way out of this kind of thing because I really do believe in the deeper emotional processing. So my advice to you is to be kind to yourself about those feelings when you're noticing that you're having the desire to maybe eat when you're not hungry. To be kind to yourself and notice what it is you're feeling, and to be kind to those feelings, right? They really need acknowledging, and you're just going to create more stress for yourself if you judge and shame those feelings and even your behavior about it. All right, so this is so interesting, right? So again, life purpose. So the message on this card specifically says the purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus on serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you. Okay, so let me come back and talk about that again in a second. Perfect timing. Now is the perfect moment for you to act on your inspirations. The doors are open while you walk through them with us, your angels, by your side. Don't delay or procrastinate, as all of the ingredients are ripe for your success. Everything and everyone is on your side, supporting your positive outcome. All right, that really is a good match with motivate, right? And then you are not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness and face your true north. Okay. Boy, it seems like that card comes up a lot here on this channel, doesn't it? If you've gotten it before as well, I want to see that in the comments below. Okay. All right, so let's think about what kind of a self-hypnotic statement we are going to create for you here. I love that. Embrace your weirdness. Okay, let me make a few notes here. Embrace your weirdness. Laying down the burdens. And let's see. It is the perfect time. All right, let's see if we can get this crafted here. Now, you are invited to tweak these a little bit if you like, okay? As always, I want you to follow your own intuition on this, okay? This is meant to be messages for you and guidance and insight, and having it come from outside can be helpful to bring things to your attention, but ultimately, you do have to face your true north and trust yourself, okay? All right, so let's play with this a little bit. It is the perfect time to lay down my burdens, my life purpose is in my uniqueness. That's a little bit better positive frame than embracing your weirdness, right? Although if that weirdness resonates with you, then grab hold of it and stick with it. Okay, all right, so let's try this out. It is the perfect time to lay down my burdens. My life purpose is in my uniqueness. All right, so write that down in your self-hypnosis down at the bottom of your journal. And you are going to be taking, I have a similar oil to motivate here. This is actually Arise. You're going to be taking, past tense. So this is so good for tension. Just rub it right on your shoulders and the back of your neck. You are welcome to put a little bit here at your temples as well. Just be careful not to get it in your eyes because it will sting if you do. All right. So one or both of the oils, you can use them one at a time. You can put them both in your hands and layer them together. Inhaling, rubbing them on, all, both, just get them on you, breathe them in. While you're saying to yourself, it is the perfect time to lay down my burdens. My life purpose is in my uniqueness. All right. Again, it is the perfect time to lay down my burdens. My life purpose is in my uniqueness. I want you to just imagine yourself doing that. Just close your eyes for a moment and just imagine, if you have some oils right there with you, go ahead and grab them and use them. If you don't, I want you to imagine you're using them while I give you the self-hypnotic statement. This will help it work even more powerfully when you're doing this on your own, okay? All right, so close your eyes. It is the perfect time to lay down my burdens. My life purpose is in my uniqueness. All right. Wonderful. Thank you, Shining Lights, who chose pile 3. Thank you for being here today. Keep doing this at least twice a day until we see each other again, and I'll be posting another video again next week. All right. Goodbye, everyone.